A very good evening to you. Yes, a brand new one-day special is launching right here on Hochanda. This is what we do at 6 o'clock every night. It's a 24-hour deal. And of course, it's always, is it the clock or the stock that's going to run out first? Well, I've got a feeling that this is going to sell very, very quickly. We've got the lovely Helen Griffin with us. How are you?
Okay, I'm good, thank you.
Nice to meet you. This is our first show together.
It is, yes.
But you've actually had 3 shows, is it?
I've had 3 days here, yes.
3 days at Hochanda. Now, if anyone's tuned in and they've not seen you or Simply Made before, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the company?
Yes, well, I'm connected with Practical Publishing, and I do have a co-brand with them called Simply Made Craft. So I'm the designer behind the dies and everything like that. So these are my little masterpieces, and I can't wait to show you guys all of them.
Yeah, really, really happy that you're here. I know we're going to be busy for these because I know so many of you out there love to journal, you love to put together your memory books, and we have got the perfect addition to your crafting stash. Now, we've got the album die here for you and a set of stamps, 755174, that's the item number, £31.97, saving £5. Now, let me just pick up one of the albums at the side, because it really is fabulous. And this is something you can make from the dies and the stamps?
It is, yes. So this album has been made from this die set, and you'll also need one of the spine dies that we'll be getting to further on into the show.
Okay.
Now, I'm really excited about this album because it's a brand new size.
Yes.
To our collection, so I'm really excited. It's a really nice, good size.
Yes.
It's not perfectly square.
I know what you mean.
It's slightly portrait.
Yes.
But it's still quite square enough for it to be a nice little handy book. So this one has been decorated with the Always and Forever, and that is part of, you get those dies in the set as well. So this die set really is a really good bumper set for pockets, mats, and you're going to just have so much fun making this album. And even every page here is also a pocket as well. So, and you also get the tab, the tab die.
I just thought they were tabs to turn the pages. That's amazing. So you get the pockets as well. Oh, you're going to have so much fun making this. Let's just run through the concept if we can, because we've got some cards here to show you of the different dies that you're getting, so you get a really good idea of how you can build these up. So the first one here, Helen.
Okay, so the first one is quite an interesting one because it's got all of these lovely things to decorate your album with, because sometimes when you make a mini album you can be a bit, you know, stuck for what to decorate it with. So here there's something for everything. So it has got a slightly floral theme, but today I'm going to be demonstrating a Christmas version.
Perfect.
So we have page mats and layered mats here, and lovely corner dies as well.
Gorgeous, isn't it? And there's that Always Forever. Again, we have got the second part.
Okay, so that is going to be like a large flap.
Yes.
And some of these you will be able to use in some of the other albums as well.
Right.
So you can, if you have different versions of the albums, you can mix and match them. So we have a corner pocket here, and we have some more mats there.
Perfect. Let's take that to the back, because we've got another one to show you, and I think I'll get that the right way round. There you go, because that's got the tab at the top. Or is it the other way round?
It's the other way round.
Oh, is it? Don't try and correct things, Janice. There you go.
Okay, so this is our base page. So you'd be using that to make your covers and your pages.
Yeah.
It will take, you need to cut 8 of those if you're going to be using that as your covers.
Yes.
And if you make 8 of those up, you can have them as pages if you know how to make a hard cover for your album as well.
Perfect. Let's put. Oh, we've got another side to that.
Yep.
We have
indeed.
indeed.
Okay, so here we have these beautiful ornate label dies. So I think I have an example here at the front.
Oh, lovely.
Of a box that I've made using those dies.
Oh, that's pretty.
So I haven't just used this for a mini album, I've made a box with that as well. So you just put a little box in between.
Perfect.
And here we have this funny looking thing. I'll explain what that is later, but it's to help with the waterfall.
Perfect. Show you the next one along. There you go.
Okay, so here we have an edge die here. This matches perfectly with the pocket flap as well. And here we have other things here that you can decorate your album with. And this one is absolutely perfect here because this has got a matte die here for this lovely shape around the outside. That you can use that to cut out photographs.
Perfect. And then that leads us back to the start. So I'll pop this down. We do need to get to the demonstration now because we'd love to show you how we put these together. You are getting the stamps as well. So if you do want to build and create some great tags, for example, and use those stamps, we've got some lovely Christmas themes in there and themes for birthdays, for example, all for you to create when you get these home. So very, very versatile. Let's have a look at the website so we can head to the demo area and show you how to build and create. The website's a great place to go actually, because you can see all the other items that we've got available for you, and that spine die that Helen was talking about. We can probably bring the details of that up when we head to the demo area. If you want to become a Freedom member, take advantage of your P&P being included, or any postage of course is included when you are a Freedom member, and those are your details there. So head along to the website, have a look at Simply Made Crafts, have a look at all the albums that are available for you. You've got your MIDI album, additional die sets there, 23 dies there, £34.98. And of course you can add anything else to your basket, and if your basket comes to £60 or more, you can open up a flexi buy, which means we'll divide the cost into two for you. We are busy, knew we would be. Right, Helen, what we're going to look at?
Okay, so we're going to be making the MIDI album from one day special today. So I want to start off with a tip first.
Okay.
There's a lot of dies that you actually get in your die set. So to help me rifle through everything and help me to find the dies, I have a little tray to put those in. That is going to help me. So I'm going to start off by cutting our base page first.
And it's a good A4 size die, so a larger die cutting machine is needed, I guess. But they'll work with any die cutting machine.
Yes, it will do, yes.
Perfect.
So I'm just going to pop on some tape here just to keep it in place while I run it through.
Now over 10% of the stock has already gone for your one-day special, saving £5, £31.95. It gets you the Simply Made Crafts MIDI album die set. Great size, it really is. I'll pop one of these into my hand so you can see the size you're going to make. You get 35 dies in total, and you get 2 A5 stamp sets. Celebrate and Christmas. Love that. It's a really, like Helen said, it's a gorgeous size, especially if you're carrying it like that. But it's about the versatility of all the different pockets inside and everything that you can do with that. So it'll be a really nice memory book for you. Right, back to the demo.
Okay, so we have this cut out now, so I'm just going to fold it. What these dies do is they cut and then they score everything for you. So it's good to use a bone folder as well, which I have here. So there's no guessing, no calculating, no trying to remember numbers. So this is going to do the tab here, which is going to close our page. So I'm just going to use some glue here. You can use some double-sided tape if you want to.
Okay.
So
and any glue?
I would recommend fast-drying glue.
Okay. Because sometimes people use double-sided sticky tape, don't they? You know, the red liner tape.
Yes, the red line tape is good. I do have better results using the glue though.
Okay.
Okay, so that is our page put together. So what I've done here is I have 8 already made, so we're ready to go for that. So I would recommend doing all your die cutting first.
Great.
And then you can start having fun with the decorating.
Yeah.
So here I have part of the spine. So this is going to be our binding. So we will be getting to this in our as we go down the line.
Okay.
So this is going to be the binding and the spine set.
We'll bring the details in now, Helen. So
okay.
At home, if you want to add this to your basket, you can do. So you can check out at the same time as your one-day special. This is your ultimate binding spine system. You get 6 dies in total, don't you?
No, it's 3 here.
You get 3 dies in total, but you get 2 sets. Sorry.
Oh, that's right, yes. You get both. You get the large and the small, so it's 3 in each set.
You do get the large and you get the small. We'll just show you a picture just to make sure you know what you're getting. So the large one and the small one, that's all of those dies for £36.98, 034216.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've already die cut everything out. So this is going to be our spine. That's going to be like a curved decorative finish to it, so we put that on last.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is die cut one of the large ones and 3 of the small ones. So if you notice here, they have all of these lines here. So this is going to be an adjustable spine, so you can cut them to match whatever album that you're making, either freelance, but they do have all of the numbers here. So we've got 6 inches, 5 inches and 3 3/4, and they are specific because they're for albums that we haven't actually released yet.
Okay.
So we've thought ahead, and the same goes for the large spine as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to score all of the lines. They're scored already for you, so you just have to burnish those down.
Okay. It's easy when the scoring and the hard work
Yes.
is done for you. It makes it easier to put together as well.
It does. It kind of takes out the hard work and actually putting the backbone into your album, because it can take so much time. By the time you finish actually making just the skeleton of your album, by the time you get to decorating, you're too tired to actually carry on. You think, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, so let's score all those. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble. So we have 3 here, so I'm going to have 1 in the centre here. Yep. And don't worry about any of these jaggedy, the dash lines there, because they're going to be hidden inside the pages.
Okay. Again, just use glue rather than double.
Use glue. You can use double-sided tape and then glue on the top. That does add extra strength. So I'm going to pop this on right in the centre. So it's important that you get the first one right into the centre here. And then what we're going to do is add these 2 either side perfectly in the centre too.
Right. So if you're going for the one-day special, would you need this to build up and make those journals?
You will, yes. You will definitely need this binding system to make the journals up.
And again, because you've got the different sizes as well, with your die sets, because you get 6 in total, what we're using now is the smaller set, but there is the larger set as well.
Okay, so that is our binding done, so we can set that aside just to dry.
Okay.
Okay, so while that is drying, I'm going to do some more die cutting now. I've got everything pretty much prepared.
Great.
So what's really good is just to have in your mind what you want to make.
Yes.
So you've done your base pages, and now you can get adventurous with your decorating.
Yeah. Over 20% of the one-day special has gone now, over 21%. Now, if you want to go for these binding dies, they're on the side of your screen, £31.97. Sorry, they're at the bottom, £36.98. The one-day special, you're saving £5, that's £31.97. So if you're going for them together, it's over £60. So you can open up a flexi basket, which means you'll only spend half of the amount of money today. That's all we'll take. And then we'll send everything out to you, and then we'll take another payment in a month's time. So it makes it affordable, and it means you get what you want when you want it, and you get the right kit to get you going.
Okay, so what I have here is I have some corner pockets with the mat to line the corner pocket, and I have other elements here. So we have the tab as well, and then we have a closure, but I'll all explain everything as it comes out and we start to put the album together, but it's just good to get your die cutting done.
Now, it's a good idea to check out your baskets. If you are waiting for anything else that we've got in the show, thinking I want to add some more items, then you can shop ahead on the website. You can get ahead of yourselves. We will be going down the counter and having a look at the other items. But I think what would be a great way is to head to the website, see what we've got available, and if you want to add that to your basket, then you can check on out, because if you leave items in your basket for longer than 10 minutes, they can bounce out. We don't want that to happen. We want you to get exactly what you want.
Okay, so I've got all of my pieces done now. I've even die cut some of some numerals. This is 24, so this is going to be, we're going to be working on Christmas Eve for this one. So let's move this aside.
Okay.
Okay, so we should be ready now to start assembling our album. So we're going to work with our outside covers first. So I'm going to take 2 of these. I'm going to make sure that the openings are at the top and the side. So make sure your opening is at the top on both sides. So grab your glue. what I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue along this edge here and this edge here along the outside flap.
Okay. Do you like journaling, Helen?
I do, yes.
Do you? And do you collect memory books and things like that?
Yes, well, it was the memory book that got me into all this trouble that I'm here now, so.
I like that.
So yeah, I discovered paper bag mini albums many years ago, and I was just hooked since then. And you know, I have a YouTube channel where I do actually make mini albums on there too.
Oh, brilliant!
So it's just, you know, got bigger and bigger for me. So what I'm doing here is I'm slotting this onto the outside flap, and I'm making sure that the score line is visible.
Yep.
So that we can now open and close our book. Okay, so that's the back cover. I'm just going to turn it upside down so I can do the other side. Exactly the same. So add your glue here. You could take more time doing this. Make sure you go right into the corners there as well.
Okay. What's exciting about creating a memory book is then going off and creating the memories to put in the memory book.
Yes.
So, you know, it's a lovely gift, isn't it, to give somebody, because you're telling them to get out there and make those memories whilst they can.
So this does actually make a perfect gift, you know, even with or without the photos in. And you can even create the mini album before you've actually made the memories, as you say. If you know where you're going, you can just choose the colour scheme before you go as well, just so that it matches the photos that you're going to be taking. Yeah. Okay, so that is our front and back cover done. So now what we can do is add our pages. So I have 2 here already to go, and this is exactly the same as just adding the pages, but there is one other extra thing you have to double check. This is something for your brain to remember.
Don't forget, you can watch these shows again on rewind if your brain can't remember, like mine.
So you've got to make sure your pocket is at the top.
Yep.
And then you slide it on like so. And just like with the front and back cover, make sure you can see your score line, but then you also have to make sure that it's lined up top and bottom, so that it's on straight, and also that it's lying down flat. If you stick it on like this, it's going to have trouble turning, and it's just always going to be up like that. Okay. So always make sure that when you add your page to your hinge, that it's lying down flat.
Good tip. If you do have any questions, by the way, as we're going through the demonstration, get your questions in, studio@hochanda.com, or leave them on Facebook and we'll read them out. If you don't want to leave your name, you don't have to, but no question is a silly question, so if I don't think of it for me.
Okay, so I'm just adding glue again, just to the other side. Okay, just double check that I have my album the right way round. I have made an upside down album before.
You don't want to lose your memories, do you?
Okay, so exactly the same. So I'm only going to do the 2 pages here, and then I'm going to start decorating them. Okay. So that's all glued on, everything's all straight. There we go. So here we have our first 2 pages. So we can now decorate them.
Brilliant.
So these are all of my little bits here.
Okay. This is what we sent through the...
It is, yes. Yeah. And I am going to have to die cut another piece, actually. I forgot this one. This is going to be our page die.
Well, we've got lots of elements here that we've cut out, and I'll just show you some of the boards again whilst we cut out. You've got the pockets to add to your memory books, and the flaps over, which are really great. So all these different elements come with the one-day special that you can then start to build and create and add different areas to your memory book. Nearly a quarter of the stock has gone. My word, we are busy, aren't we? And if you want to get hold of this, a good idea would be to go for the spines as well, which are at the bottom of your screen. You get a set of 6 in those, and that will build and create that memory book. So what you're getting here are the pages and all the pockets and the elements. Always, forever, for example, you can put that on the front, in the back. You can use that as much as you like. Some of the dies, of course, you can use for other things as well. Doesn't have to be necessarily for the memory book. You could also use some of those dies in there. Do you recognise those that we just showed you? You can make a box. So you could make a lovely memory book, and then maybe something to add in there, maybe again for a wedding, something to always remember, which is lovely. So lots of things that you can make with your one day special, but we are busy. 755 176 is your item number, 31.97 is your price.
Okay, so this die here is going to cut your page mat, so there's no guessing, no going in with your ruler trying to remember all these figures, because once you've got to this part you've already held a load of numbers in your head, and then by the time you get to decorating you're going to start making mistakes.
Okay.
So at least that's right for me anyway. So,
yes.
So I'm just going to glue these page mats on.
I'll probably go and have a cup of cocoa in between. Well, I say cocoa, I think we all know what I'd really have.
Something special in it.
Yeah.
So why not? It's Christmas.
Yeah, it's not far away, dare I say. Dare I say.
Just
well,
around
for
the
crafters,
corner.
it starts in June, really, the preparation, doesn't it?
Yes. Okay, so here's the second page here. Okay, so now we can start to have some fun. So here we have a corner pocket. So it's all done for you, scored and everything. And all you have to do is fold those down and add your glue. It's up to you if you want to add your page mat to that. So this is going to cut everything out perfectly.
Okay.
That is just going to glue on there. So let's get that on.
It's nice to have little pockets though, because if you go somewhere, if you get a ticket or there's a little piece of memorabilia, you can actually keep that.
Yes, if you go to a pantomime, it's perfect for keeping your pantomime tickets in. And sometimes you get, at the theatre, you get the pamphlet that goes with it with all the characters on. So that should fit in there too.
Or as a menu.
Yes, perfect for menus.
Do you know what I've got that I'd fit in there? I daren't tell you. I don't think I'll get in trouble. I've got a couple of pieces of carpet from the Jungle Room.
Ah.
From Elvis Presley's mansion. And a little bit, tiny little bit of carpet from his private jet. But don't tell anyone, will you? The person that ascertained that will probably get into a lot of trouble. But I've got it.
Okay, so here is our pocket, so you can put this wherever you want. So I'm going to pop this on. So what I've done is I've copied the papers. So this side kind of matches.
That's nice, yeah.
So for this pocket, I've matched the other side.
Yeah. I really like that note paper.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Nice and Christmassy. So this is why having the tray out in front is really good, and you can just pop that in there.
It's a good idea.
I always lose dies, so it's really good to try not to lose them.
Yes.
Okay, so that is our pocket. So now you can put some photo mats in there. So those are going to fit in. As you can say, tickets and things like that. So these would look really nice, also matted with some nice Christmas papers. So now moving on to this side, we're going to be using this. Let me show you the die.
Yeah. I've got the boards as well. If you
here it is. Yes, it's the Waterfall die.
Sorry.
And what this will do is it will cut a flap and the main element where you can put your photo or just your paper, and you also get a square, a rectangle that's going to cut out the piece of paper as well. I think I may have, here it is.
Yeah.
So you can use that to cut your photo out.
That's a good idea, yes.
Because sometimes it's really hard to get everything exactly the same. When you print something out, it can get a bit complicated. So this is going to cut your paper or your photo.
Okay.
So that's for the Waterfall. And because it's all cut out the same, it's all going to be the same size, if that makes sense. So it's not going to be wonky.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have this one on the top. So just add your glue again.
Could this be like a little mini reveal? Like a little flap that something could be underneath and then you could lift it up?
Yes, you can be really creative with all of these flaps. I mean, you could just have it as that.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so lift that up and then we can add the next one. So I'm going to put these in the order that I want to have them in. I like to do a plain and then a busy.
Oh, that's nice, to lay them up.
And then this is going to be our last one. And that will be at the bottom. So it's kind of like red, green, red, green.
Perfect. Isn't it lovely when you get a system like this that's really easy to use, a wonderful design by Helen herself, but you get to use it at home to make and create, and you can be as creative, as Helen said, as you like, and you can really have a play with the different dies that are included in your one-day special. 30% has gone. You do need to check out your baskets. I know some of you are waiting to see what else we've got in the show, but you can jump ahead of yourself and have a look on the website. If you want to go for the spine, you will need the spine to build and create the actual memory book itself. Then they're available, and the details at the bottom of your screen for those. You're getting 6 dies, so you get the larger ones and the smaller ones. Helen's using the smaller ones at the moment, $36.98. And if you add those to your basket, then of course you're opening up a flexi buy, so we'll divide the cost into 2 for you, making it affordable today.
Okay, so we've got most of our waterfall. I'm just going to keep it like that because I can see here I have an even amount of space top and bottom, so I don't really want to make it uneven, so I can pop this aside for another page.
Okay.
So nothing's wasted. You can just save that for another page because you can have more than one waterfall album if you want in your album. So let's move on to this piece here. This is the funny thing that I showed you before, so I'm going to fold that over. Now this is going to be our closure. Just like that, and if it is too long you can just trim that off. Sorry, that's what I'm going to do. You can use scissors to get it if you're impatient, but I'm just going to use my paper trimmer just so I know it's straight. And then that does make it a little bit awkward for getting your mat on, but I'm sure you can work out the measurement for that. I will use my scissors for that.
Perfect.
There we go. So let's glue that on. Okay, so that has got a bit wonky, but I do have something else that I'm going to cover that with, so I'm not too worried about that being a bit wonky. So now what we have to do is add our glue here.
Okay. And again, just regular paper glue.
Yep, regular paper glue.
Better than the better than the double-sided tape.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also a lot faster as well, and I find it stronger than the tape. Sometimes I find tapes do come undone after a few years. Okay, so this system will also work if you want to use magnets. So you'd add your magnet underneath this piece of paper here and tuck that on.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to use magnets, sometimes if safety is an issue and if children are going to be looking through this and you're worried about using magnets, then you can just use this closure here. So I'm going to bend it backwards and forwards here on the score lines. And then I'm going to add glue to the outside squares.
Okay. So you didn't measure that, you just... Has it already got the score marks on it? Or you
it has, yes.
So that's already on there for you to measure up.
Yes, it doesn't have to be a sharp fold for this one because it's just going to tuck in. So the secret here is to not have this too far down. So just literally just have it either side, so it literally just tucks in, just like so.
Perfect.
And then that is going to, obviously when it's dry,
it
will work properly. So that's just going to bend under there.
Isn't that lovely?
From the stamp set, I have just a little, it's like an ivy sort of leaf, so I'm going to pop that on, and there's enough space here because of the binding, there's enough space in here to bulk it out a little bit. So
Isn't that lovely?
You can use foam pads and everything, so as you can see.
What a great little project that we've seen there. And you too could be making and creating this when you get them home, and then start making those memories to place in your memory book. We've got one more thing to stick on here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to head down the counter, as I know some of you are waiting to see what else we've got in the show to add to your baskets.
Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add our tab. So I'm just going to add glue all over it. And then decide where you want your tab. You can have them all in the centre, you can alternate them for different pages. So let's just add that on. Okay, so that could fit in there if you wanted. And I'm going to use it inside here.
I love all these pages and pockets. You can keep your little secret memories and your secret items in various places, so no one else can see it.
Okay. So here we have a 24 as well, but I think we've run out of time now, haven't we?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we can come back to this, but what I'd like to do is show you what else we've got with Helen, because I know some of you are waiting eagerly to find that out. So over half the stock has gone. Over 30% has gone of your one-day special, £31.97 if you want to go for that. Don't forget to go for those spine dies as well. You get 2 sets of those, the larger one and the smaller one. And then you can open up a flexi buy if you want to. You can also add some of the other items we're going to show you on the show and add those to your basket, so they become part of your flexi buy. Right, let's talk about the additional set. So what do we mean by additional set, Helen?
Okay, so this mini album is created as an additional accessory pack to go with the first album from the one day special. So here we have lovely shaped pockets. You can actually make an album from this without using the other MIDI one.
Oh, really?
They are designed to work together.
Oh, that's nice, look at that.
The construction is slightly different, where we have the page dies are actually the size of the pages, and you can glue them together onto the spine.
Perfect. Love that. Let me pop that down and show you the concept of it so you can see the different dies that you're getting. It comes to you beautifully packaged, by the way. And here are the elements of the dies that you're getting so that you can start creating.
Okay, so this page right at the back here with the stitch detail, you can actually use that as your base page. So you would glue that onto your spine just on this section here, and you'd cut out 2, or you could create one with a pocket on one side.
Perfect, lovely. Oh, and then you've got family there, you've got the love heart, you've the flowers, and it's like a little butterfly. Could be, or it could be some leaves.
Get quite creative.
Yeah, be very creative with it. And then you've got your tabs.
Here we have pockets. So this is also a belly band as well.
Right.
So these two, I think we might have this upside down.
I think I've got it upside down. I'm going to turn it around. There you go.
Here we go. So we have 2 pockets here.
Yeah, perfect.
And the pockets have the mats as well. So you can really get creative with your decorative papers.
Love that, layering them up.
And again, you can use that to cut out your photographs. It will also leave a lovely stitch detail. And here is one of my favourites. This is a really long edge die. It's going to do this beautiful floral thing. So as you can see with the, when you look through that album there, it really created some really nice pockets.
Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Then you can just slide something in there. That is really pretty. Very, very pretty. If you want to go for this, £34.98. It is your MIDI album additions die set. And if you want to get that, it is 645543 is your item number. Don't forget also you can make cards from these as well if you want to, from the elements you've got in your dies. Right, we've got another set for you.
Okay.
And this is the portrait album editions. Really like this. What are we getting in this set?
Okay, so we get this lovely stamp set here that is designed to actually go with all your mini album making. So it's got the days of the month, it's got loads of things and sentiments that you can decorate. It's even got the numbers as well.
That's lovely, isn't it? I love the postage marks. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it?
It's really decorative.
I mean, this is lovely if you want to start building and creating. Having those extra elements, of course, do make all the difference. It makes it interesting for you. If you can't think of anything to add to your album, apart from a memory, maybe you don't have anything from that special day, you can then create it using the stamps and dies that you've got in this additional set. So you've got 20 stamps in total and 33 dies. That is excellent value for money. 347805 is your item number if you want to go for that. Right, so we've got portrait, we have got the handy held one, and now this is another one for you, and this is the landscape. I think this is a favourite with a lot of people.
Yes, so this is a lovely size, and what we have here, we have landscape in landscape, and you can also turn it on its side and use it like that, and it will also go with the larger binding if turned on its side.
Lovely, there you go. Oh, I see. Now, if you want to go for that, you get 16 dies and you get a Mr. and Mrs. die set as well. Like that. It's a really nice way of building and creating something for someone's special day. And do you know what I like about the Mr. and Mrs.? It's separate. So you can use Mrs. and Mrs. if you want to, Mr. and Mr. if you want to,
yes.
Which is lovely because not all dye companies do that.
No, that was the whole idea before that dye.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, I'll hold that a bit higher for you. Again, this is lovely. So, what kind of paper would you be using with this particular set? Do you need anything that's really thick or thin?
I would say something 200 GSM plus.
Lovely.
That would be perfect, and you can make the pages from the paper, or you can go straight to cardstock depending on what you want to go for.
Perfect. So that's in landscape. Let me just close that and show you the same dye system, but using it then in the portrait.
Yes.
So it looks completely different, doesn't it?
So the one you've just shown us here, this one was made with the small binding.
Yes.
And this one here was made with the large binding.
Right. So if you're going for the binding, you've got the two different sizes there. For your landscape, the smaller, and then for your portrait, the larger. So that's quite an essential part to your kit. Again, you can always open up your flexi basket. Really, I like this size. It's nice.
That's one of my favourite ways of using the dye. I prefer it in portrait, even though we've called it landscape.
Yeah, and you've still got your pockets there that you can start to build and create. £32.98 if you want to go for that. 530310 is your item number. Right, we've got a portrait album for you. So we've got something here, I think, for everyone. And if you love journaling, we've got a lot of things for just you. You might want to start topping up your baskets. £31.98 this particular set, 540915. What can you tell us about this one?
Okay, so this was one of our first releases. So this is a really nice sized album, just like with the one we've just seen. It's exactly the same size. So let me just grab this.
Yeah, sure.
These two albums are going to work together, from the editions and the portrait.
Beautiful. Love that. So if you want to go for the editions, they're going to work perfectly with this. And you might want to add that to your basket, and that opens up a flexi buy. Again, dividing the cost into two. A really nice way of having your pockets in there. You've got your tabs at the top, so you could have those as different days or years or something like that. And you also get the alphabet, don't you, and the numbers?
You do, yes.
Let me show you this. Now they're really handy, aren't they?
So they're a really nice size. They're not too big, not too small, so they're perfect for putting into your mini albums, no matter what size your mini album is. And it's going to be really good for card making, scrapbooking as well. And I've taken the number dies here and I've created an advent calendar box.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
So you can make 24 of those. So I've used the number 5 for that.
This is very neat on this side. This would be the way that I would have done it. Just saying. There you go, that was them cut out. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? A really nice font as well that you've used there, good size. If you do want to get this set, 540915 is your item number. Right, we've got more for you. We will be heading back to the demo area, but we wanted to get through everything we've got for you, because I know some of you were waiting for the additional dies so you can add them to your basket. This one is your large and small ultimate binding spine. We've seen these in action with the demonstration earlier on, so this is what you're getting, and these are essential, aren't they?
They are,
to your to your journals.
Yes, it holds it all together.
So what have we got here, just to show you?
So this is a small one. This is a small ultimate. We've called it ultimate because it has all of these lines, the dashes there, so you can size it up to all of the albums in the collection. And here is the larger one. We have another die on the other side as well, so you get 3 dies in that. So that's going to be your spine cover.
Oh yeah, you can see that, how that's been engineered.
It's been scored either side and then loads of score lines down the centre there so that you can create a curved spine.
Perfect. And beautifully engineered as well. Love that. If you want to get hold of this, it is essential to be making your journals and your memory books. £36.98, add it to your basket. And then we've got a gift bag. You know, a gift is not a gift unless it's in a beautiful gift bag, and this makes it easy and convenient, of course, for you. So this one is your gift bag die set. You've got 11 dies in total. You've got your flowers and leaves as well. You've got that flowers and leaves die set of 6 dies in total. It's a lovely gift bag.
It is. It's a lovely size. You can fit 2 DVDs in this one. So with gift bags and giving DVDs, your DVDs can kind of flap around if your bag's too big. So it's absolutely perfect for like a 1 DVD and a large bar of chocolate.
Oh, you had me at chocolate. Yeah.
And another thing you can do is if you have a present to give for twins, you can glue 2 of these together back to back, and you have presents inside. And not only do you get the larger one, you also get a die in here to make a smaller version too.
Oh, lovely. That's gorgeous. £35.98, 107250. Right, so that's everything down the counter to give you a good idea of what you're getting. Anything that you add to your basket, you can open up a flexi basket, giving you a chance, of course, to spread the cost into 2 payments, which is a great way of getting what you want when you want it. You know, it's like when you're topping up your basket, you get to the end, you go, ooh, can't really afford that this month. Well, with FlexiBuy, you can, and here's Alex to tell you more.
Flexi Order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi Order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi Order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
It certainly does, and lots of you taking advantage of that. Right, so this is the one-day special, launched today at 6 o'clock, and a third of the stock has gone.
That's amazing.
A third of the stock has gone. We've got Helen here, the designer, and Simply Made itself, so we're very, very proud to have you here with us. It's your third, is this your fourth or your third show?
Well, it's kind of my second one-day special.
Oh, isn't that nice? If you want to, if this is the first time you've seen Helen, you want to welcome her to the Hochanda family, please do email in. It's studio@hochanda.com, or leave a message on Facebook. We would love to hear from you. And what was your last one-day special?
It was mini albums, and they didn't last. They sold out really early.
If you've made some, please send some pictures in to show Helen. It's always lovely for our guests to see what you've been making and creating.
Okay, so I'm just cutting out some of the numbers now. That was from the, these are from the alphabet and number die set.
Okay.
So I'm going to use gold for this, gold glitter cardstock.
Yeah.
Because this is non-shed, it does have a little bit of a plastic coat, so you do have to run it backwards and forth a few times.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to add the 24 here. Lost the 4, here it is. So let's quickly glue this on. Just going to pop it into the bottom corner here.
Okay.
So this is going to be my Christmas Eve page.
Yeah.
Which I should have done here, because Christmas Day will be the 25th, where you take a lot more photos from the rest of the month. So
it depends how many sherries you've had, Helen.
That's true.
You know? I've had 1 or 2 sherries in the morning. Sherry in your Christmas cake as well.
Okay, so I have this tiny December here. That's from the stamp set, from the album stamp set. And I'm just going to add that above there. You can get creative and add it over wherever you want. So I'm just going to put it there so I can still see the 24, and that is our album ready to go. So you can make all of your base pages just like that.
Yes.
So it's ready at Christmas, so you can just print off your photos and just fill them all in, and you already know then what size photos that you need.
How lovely.
There's been so many times where I've had my photos out and then I've realised, oh, I should have printed it out at a certain size, and I didn't.
You know, you could make this for somebody, give it as a gift at Christmas, take lots of pictures on your devices and print them out if you've got the capability to do so. And then at the end of the night, at the end of the day, if you're still compos mentis, you can put the photos in there so you've got your memories from the day complete. It's a lovely idea, it really is. And that is making and creating this lovely MIDI album die, using the MIDI album die set, should I say, to build and create That's your one-day special, £31.97, 755174. You're also getting the stamps as well. It's a lovely collection of stamps that you can use to embellish not only your memory books, but also your cards as well. You can use your stamps in anything, really, which is fabulous. Right, so what are we going to have a look at now, Helen?
Okay, we're going to make something very nice and floral and summery.
Lovely.
So something, again, very different.
Okay.
So I have my little tray here. I have a few things already prepared. I do have a sample of this right at the bottom of the table.
Oh, we'll grab that. Sharon
And
will
that's
grab
what
that
we're going
for
to be
us.
making today. So I'm really pleased that we have these rolled rose dies,
thanks,
rolled flower dies.
Oh, look at this. This is pretty.
So that's what we're going to be making today.
And you get one of these round, or is it the dies come with the gift bag? These are interesting. Are these anything in particular or just round things?
I can't remember. I think I looked up floral metal flower rings,
Oh, yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, if you want something similar to this, that'd be a good thing to go and have a look for online. It's really pretty, actually. It's really, really nice. Love that.
Okay, so I have quite a few flowers already made out, so I'll be showing you how to make that. And you're also going to be needing a glue gun as well. So
Okay.
I'll pop that there, and I probably will run out of glue as well. So these are the 3 dies, rolled flower dies you get, and you get 3 leaves as well.
Yeah.
So these 2 are my favourite here. So I do like to use that one too. So I'm going to cut, let's see, this middle one here. So I already have some already cut out. Let's pop that on. And I'm also going to cut some more leaves as well.
Perfect.
Let's run those through all at the same time.
Now, we've got quite a few people joining us from the United States of America, so as always, good morning, good evening and good afternoon, depending on where you are watching us. But it is great to have your company. And most of our viewers from the United States are Freedom members, which means their P&P's included. I know, all the way over to America we send it. And their P&P's included because they are a Freedom member. If you want to become a Freedom member, go and check that out on the website. It's a great way to buy from us. If you think about all the different items that you buy on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, add them up. I mean, if it's 2 items or more, it's worth becoming a Freedom member.
Okay, so I've got my leaves here. I'm going to cut some more leaves actually. One thing that makes the flowers look really good is lots of leaves as well.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I love to do on card making, on mini album decorating, is just add flowers and lots of layers of leaves and sprigs.
Now, we've had a question from Sandy. Hello, Sandy. Thank you for emailing in. Sandy would like to know what thickness of paper or card will the dies cut through. One of the questions in particular was, will it cut through grey board?
It won't cut through grey board, no.
Perfect.
But it will cut through anything that would be easy enough to score without it cracking, if that makes sense.
Yes, of course it does. So no to grey board, but anything that won't crack when you score it.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. Okay, so let's turn our glue gun on now. It'll only take about a minute for that to heat up, so that's quite fast. So what we have to do is just start off our rose. You can use a spike or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just go from the centre, sorry, from the outside, and work your way towards the centre. Just roll them up.
It's like quilling, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But I just like the way that you can see that the flower forming already.
Yeah. It's a lovely way to make a flower, actually, a very easy way.
Yes, because when you actually look at it as it is, you think, well, what's that?
Yeah.
The first time I saw one that hadn't been rolled, I was like, what do you do with that?
So here's the die. I'll just pop it in my hand. So you think, oh, that's a nice cobbled background. It will create that flower. How amazing is that? That's beautiful.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just gently uncurling it now, because depending on the size of flower you want, the more you uncurl it, the bigger your flower is going to be, and the tighter you leave it, the smaller the flower is going to be. So we have this small circle on the end now.
Yeah.
So let's add our glue to that circle. There you go, I've run out of glue now. Just add a bit of glue there.
Yep.
So a glue gun is quite essential for making this project.
Okay.
Otherwise you're going to be there holding that for a very long time.
Yes, you are.
While the glue dries.
Your finger in the flowers, you don't want that.
Okay, so that is our rolled rose made. So let's get our ring.
Yeah.
So I've already pre-cut. I've gone for gold. You can buy these rings in silver as well.
Okay.
So I've gone for gold here, so I've used the gold leaves. So if I had a silver ring, I would probably use a silver glitter card
Okay.
for that.
Something that's really nice and delicate. You could put some acetate behind that if you want to, I guess.
Yes, you could do a nice lace behind it. There we go. So here you can have some fun now, just arranging your roses just to see how they look. So I'll probably have a cluster of 3 here.
Now, I was told by a florist, well I was actually told by one of the lovely guests here, always working 3s and 5s when it comes to flowers.
3s and 5s work really well.
Yeah. I don't know why it is. Do you know why it is, Helen? Or is it just a rule of thumb?
It's pleasing to the eye. It's the same when you create a triangle, when you have a scrapbook page and you have 3 clusters, and if you have them in a sort of a triangle around your focal point, it leads the eye through the scrapbook page.
How interesting.
And if you're using elements the same, say I have the blue roses and the cream one, I'll repeat the same up here. So it keeps it all uniform, so it really does make it really pleasing to the eye. I don't know if there's a term for pleasing to the eye, but that's what it does.
Probably a science behind it anyway. It's interesting to know, isn't it? Aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. So I'm just going to add my roses to this now. So it can get a bit fiddly if you're trying to get 2 roses on either side. I've created a spider web now.
Oh, don't say that word to me.
You don't like spiders?
Oh no, now I'm panicking. You only have to mention that word.
No.
Do you know the other day, here in the presenters lounge, Yanis was having his dinner. Bless him, because needs to eat. And he was watching a movie, and I walked in at the wrong time.
Oh no.
Yes, there was a huge on the screen. It was not good. I screamed and ran out. Poor Yanis was like, "What have I done? Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm really sorry. Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, it was what was on the telly, Yanis."
So I had a spider land on my shoulder yesterday.
Oh yeah, la 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 la. Got to get that out of my head.
It was about that big.
No, don't even want to know. Don't even want to know. Don't even want to see.
No, I did make a little bit of a noise, but I kind of gently just shoot it off me. You know when it just dangles.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't mention spiders again.
Fresh apples. Fresh apples. Fresh apples. It's the only thing that brings me back.
Okay, so I'm just going to add the leaves here now. Okay, so here's where you decide whether you want to add the 2 or just the 1. I might just add just the blue one here. There we go, so you can add some thread here as well.
Let me pick up the coral and cream one. Aren't they lovely? They're really, really beautiful. And it's the flowers, of course, that make it. And those flowers are going to be very, very easy to make. These could be embellishments for a hoop like this. Could be for a card, could be for a box, for example. You could put in a whole cluster together, maybe in a bouquet.
You could, yes.
Yeah, a forever bouquet. I love that. If you do want to go for the set that includes the flower and leaves die set, 6 dies in the flower and leaf set, then go for the Simply Made Crafts Flexible Gift Bag die set. And that's 107 250 £35.98. This is where you can find everything on the website, and it gives you a chance to have a hunt around and a shop around and add things to your basket. If you're going for any of the journal dies, it is a good idea to add the spines to your basket. That will take you over the 60 mark, by the way, so you can open up a flexi buy. So you're only spending half of that money today. So if you're buying the one-day special, you're only kind of paying for the one-day special. Add the other one to your basket. It's only a couple of pounds more because we're dividing the cost into 2. And you got the spines. Now almost 40% of the stock of the one-day special in the first hour has gone. So we've been very, very busy with this. All you need to do now is when you get this home, start creating and making memories to put in there. It's a lovely die set. You've got lots of different elements, haven't you, Helen?
Have, yes. So like I said, use a tray to put all your dies in, and something that I do, it's a bit geeky. I regularly count all my dies.
Do you?
Just to make sure that they're all there, because you know when you lose a die, it's like, oh no, it's lost. You know, you don't want to have to buy the whole die set again, so I tend to count them.
That's not geeky, that's efficient. That's a very, very good idea. And having a tray to put them in, or if you've got magnetic sheets, you could put them on magnetic sheets, and then you've got them all together and you can put a little sign on there. This is the book that it will make and create. Now you do need the spine die to create the spine. This is the smaller one, but you can see here you've got the, oh, I'll move here for you. You've got your pocket here, and in that pocket you can put all kinds of different things, and that's part of the die set. And then you've got your pockets in the pages as well. It's a genius design. It's lovely. Is this something you design, Helen, you know, when you want a memory book yourself, and what you're looking for?
Yes, it is. I don't want anything that's going to be too complicated to put together, but something that looks really nice, especially with the die-cut elements here with the flowers and the shaped and ornate edges.
Yeah.
It's something that you can achieve really easily.
And each page can be totally different. If you want every page to be the same, you can also do that as well.
Yeah.
I really like the tabs that come out at the top, because you can write on there.
You can, yes, and also the stamp set with all the months on there should fit on there as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And you're getting the stamp set, of course, with this. So if you wanted to add any of the stamps, you can. Or you could use the stamps to make and create some lovely tags here. That's lovely with the snowflake in the background. It's really nice ombre effect there. We've got some smaller tags here, which look very, very pretty. It's really difficult to find the right tags sometimes at Christmas time, or birthdays, or special occasions.
Yeah, so these ones were made to go with the Christmas card as well, so they all match.
Perfect.
So if you wanted to get some craft wrapping paper, you can stamp on the craft wrapping paper and just have a whole matching gift set.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's nice, isn't it? Really like that. And then, of course, Christmas wouldn't be Christmas with some dancing, prancing reindeers. Perfect. If you do want to get hold of this now, you do need to check out your baskets, because we've had a very busy show and people will be joining us for the next show at 8 o'clock tonight. That's the next live show. We've been very busy in America, and I don't know if Helen knows this yet, but we might ask you to come on to Good Evening Hochanda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do that. So people will probably buy in that show as well. You've got a bit of sticky in your hair, I'm going to tell you
that's
that.
not surprising.
There you go. Just in case from the corner of my eye I think it's something else and I start doing that silly dance. So my point being, if it's in your basket now, it's a good idea to check out to make sure you get it. Have a look on the website and look at all the other wonderful products we've got for you as well. So Helen, we'll let you have a rest.
Thank you.
Probably for about 10 minutes before we get you into Good Evening Hochanda, only if you don't mind. And Helen will join you again tonight at 8 o'clock for another live hour, and then another live hour tomorrow at 9 and at 1, and final call if the stock gets there at 5 o'clock. So Helen, we'll see you in a bit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I will see you in a few